Welcome to this episode of the Vinyl Prophet. Today I'm going to show you how to install a perforated window wrap where you can see out but you can't see in. Stay tuned. First thing is, the most important thing is you want a clean surface. The reason why is you want that adhesive to make sure it sticks strong, because the whether it snows, whether it's sun, or whether there's even rain, you don't want that puppy to peel off. And so you just want some simple rubbing alcohol, maybe a little bit of water. You could dilute it with a little bit of water. So I'm just going to spray it on here. Just get a rag just like this. You buy a box of rags from Lowe's, Home Depot, any one of those places. That's going to be just fine. Just make sure you get it all clean, free of debris. Get the whole surface clean. Make sure you get your fingernails, get right in here, right in those creases up there. That's going to be really important as well. You can see you got black marks, some dirt just from those little corners. Get your masking tape. You always want to have some masking tape handy. Usually what I do is I just get my masking tape just ready, so when I'm ready to put the decal up, I can tape it up because it's already there. And this is going to be our window perforated vinyl. So what we're going to do is just hold it up there. You can see these images. If we get it lined up real nice and neat, get it up there like that. Over here, there's a black mark over here. You could actually take this and you can lock it in just like that. That way when you come over here, and see how that matches up? See that? Get that? And then lock that in just like that. Now everything lines up. You can see all four sides line up perfect. This is what they call a hinge method. So you want to take a piece of masking tape, or rather a strip of masking tape. Take that strip of masking tape, just run it straight down, just like that. What that's going to do is that's going to help you out, because now all you have to do is just squeegee half the decal on at a time. You don't have to squeegee the whole thing. Just take your first piece of locking tape off. You want to unlock the decal. X-Acto knife. You want to use a felt squeegee. Your decal may have came with a hard squeegee. If you're going to use a hard squeegee, make sure you wrap it with something like a microfiber towel. That way you don't scratch the surface of this decal. Now, if you do need either one of these, X-Acto knife and a felt squeegee, just get on our eBay store. We have these for sale. That's going to make your life a whole lot easier. You can see that when you run the felt squeegee right against this digital printed wrap, it's not going to scar it, scratch it. There's no hairline scratches or anything like that. But anyway, what we want to do is take your decal, right? And one of the important tricks is to peel the paper off the decal. Don't peel the decal off the paper, because it'll wind up sticking to itself. So if you just take the paper, and you can peel it right off the decal, just like that. And if it's a long decal, take this corner right here. You could just stick it right there. It's going to lock in. And then it holds it for you. Take your X-Acto knife. Make sure you cut a straight line down. That's very important, because if you go wiggly, it's going to get caught underneath with the second step of this process. Take your corner, just pop it off. Now you just go back and forth, just like that. It's like half on the decal that's laid down and half on the part that you want to lay down. Just take it all the way to the edge, just like that. And you may get some bubbles right there, and that's fine. You can lift it up, you can squeegee it back out, or you can leave it in and just take the bubbles out with your X-Acto knife. As long as you got a sharp blade, because you don't want to make cuts within the decal itself. It's okay to make a hole, but you don't want to cut it. If you got a dull blade, it may cut it. Take off your locking tape, take off your hinge, take this, You can stick it here, you can stick it there, you can stick it anywhere you want, just as long as it's not in the way of you installing. Peel that all the way over. Just find a little corner right here. And this is important why you want a straight line, because if you had a wiggly line, part of this would still be underneath that decal and it would be a little tough to get out. You could get it out, but it wouldn't be as efficient and it wouldn't be as easy. But now that it's straight, peels off just like that. Take that, and you want to keep part of the paper on there because that'll keep this nice and rigid. See how that pops up right there? Just take it, hit it down, and see, now it goes into its natural curve, just like that. And you just go back and forth. And yes, it really is that easy. Even if I'm making it look easy, with a little bit of confidence, you could do anything. Take this, make sure you butt it all the way up there. I take my sharp part, not the felt part, I take the sharp part and I make sure that I jam these corners in. Break it away from the side and just jam it in there. And that's important because you're going to have a very clean cut when you take this sharp part and tuck it in there. Make sure you get the corners in there real good, just like that. Next, what you want to do, find the corner just like that. Make sure you butt it up against that ceiling or against that corner and just come straight down. You don't have to be real fast. You also don't have to cut real deep because you don't want to cut into any kind of a molding trim or anything like that. See how that comes out real nice and clean? Make sure it's still in there. Make sure it didn't come out. Because you always want your cuts to be nice and clean. If you're doing this as a side hustle, your customers want nice, clean cuts. If you're doing it for yourself, you want nice, clean cuts because all your friends are going to say, who did that for you? And if it's all jaggedy, you say, oh, I did that. Then they'll say, oh, yeah, that looks okay. And they'll give you like a courtesy. We'll accept it just out of courtesy. But what they're really thinking is, man, I ain't going to let you do my vehicle. Just take that. The reason why I didn't cut this bottom part is because we're going to have to tuck this. And so what we want to do is there is a little crease in here. I don't know if you could see it. If you zoom up on that, there's going to be a little crease. I'm going to cut it, just score it to that part. And that's going to tell me that that's how much of a bleed that I'm going to get. And it's going to be a nice straight cut. And again, don't cut, just score it. Give it a little firm, but not hard, or otherwise you're going to wind up cutting the ceiling. And then the customer's really not going to be happy with you. And then you might have to pay for his ceiling. So this material is very forgiving. Just bring it up. What you want to do is just tuck it right in there. Now, I don't know if you could see that. See how my squeegee could go down in there? That decal is going to follow that. That way, when the customer goes and tries to roll his window down, then he's not going to peel the decal up. And all it's got to be is just a little bit. I do give it quite a bit, only because I don't want this vehicle to come back. And that's very important. And just a little bit more. Almost there. Nice and patient. And that's all tucked in. If you look at it at an angle somewhere and you see light catches a bubble, I don't really see any bubbles. I mean, I might see a real vague bubble right there, but nothing really big that stands out. I don't see anything that's real eye catching. The last part that you want to do is you want to make sure you have a heat gun, blow dryer, something that blows pretty hot air, because I feel like it's always important to at least heat up the edges. I feel like it's important to heat the whole surface up, but most important is to heat these edges. I feel like that's extremely important. So you just want to take the heat gun, just use your fingernail. Now this heat gun is real hot, so I am going pretty fast because it is glass, and I don't want to get it so hot that the glass cracks. Now, if you got a blow dryer, no problem. You could get that pretty hot. And there we go, just like that. When you first do it, you may find some streak marks because you're squeegee. That's going to work itself out as it gets hot, cold. You won't see those anymore. It's just squeegee marks that are going vertical. But here, check this out. Can't see in, but you can see out. How about that? If you liked this video and it was helpful to you, please hit the like button, subscribe to us. Feel free to leave a comment. I'll be certain to answer any questions that you have, and I'll see you next time.